Welcome back to another episode of Decoding Dating, guys. My name is Adam. I'm the Momentum Coach, helping you get unstuck. And I'm with my beautiful co-host, Evelyn, professional matchmaker, helping you find the right connection. Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is all going to be about you suffered through your breakup and now you're just lonely. And how do you move from loneliness to happiness?
Yeah, I think that's a great topic because I feel like a lot of people really struggle with that. Being single can be lonely, especially if you're used to always being in a relationship, right? And now it's just you're just by yourself, and you kind of wonder, what am I going to do with myself? And I think that's something that we need to really acknowledge because that's real, right, Adam?
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be an interesting topic today, so we would explore that, and because we've kind of found ourselves in that situation where we're single, we're lonely, but we've kind of moved from that lonely, sad place to more like lonely, happy, more like single but happy place, right? So that's the goal.
Absolutely. And I remember when I got out of my first long-term relationship, it was a 7-year relationship, and it ended. The loneliness I felt was immense. It felt like it could never end. And it felt like it was just this giant hole where that person used to be. And it sucked. It sucked so hard. And it took me a number of months to learn to be comfortable with just being me, to accept being single, and to accept the pros to being single. Because I'll be honest with you, at the time I was like, there's nothing good about being single. I hate being single. And now I'm like, no, there's great pros to being single. There's some amazing stuff that I can do now that I'm not dating anyone that I couldn't do when I was dating them. And I know one of the cons that you're in a relationship is there's almost this lack of freedom, because you're always thinking about your partner. You want to go out to eat? Awesome. What does your partner want to go out to eat? You want to go out on vacations? Where does your partner want to go? And it limits your choices down and doesn't give you that freedom that you have when you're single.
Yeah, I think that's true. And this is why a lot of people are kind of scared to leave a lot of toxic relationships, because they want to leave, but they are so scared. Like, okay, what am I going to do with my life? Because they're so dependent on this person, and they don't even know what to do with themselves if this person is no longer in the picture. And like you said, Adam, you said, there's a type of freedom that comes with being single compared to if you are actually in a relationship, because you have to ask them for permission to do basically sometimes anything, because you're going out for groceries. You have to let them know, I'm going out on groceries right now, I'll be right back. You basically tell them how your day is going. You carry them along throughout your day. But then when you're single, you have the freedom to really just lock in and just go for what you're trying to achieve, because there's less distraction, there's less burden. It's just you, right? And then you can basically, I know it takes two to go to go further, right? I always say, but when you're single too, there's some things that you just need to do by yourself to move ahead, compared to actually having someone, that you're kind of stringing along, right?
Yeah. And it's learning to embrace that freedom. And I always tell my clients, I'm like, you're single now. The freedom that you are experiencing is scary. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can pick up any hobby you want. You can vacation anywhere you want. You can eat out at any restaurant you want. You can do whatever you want. And they always sit there and they're scared. They're like, what do you mean? Like, I could do whatever I want? I don't have to check in with a partner. I don't have to make sure that they're okay. I'm not responsible for anything. It's like, no, you're only responsible for you. And the question is, what do you want to do? And that's a very scary just question to ask somebody who's always been in a relationship.
Yeah, because like you said you can now do whatever you want. But the question is, a lot of people don't even know who they are, or what they want, or what they want to do, because they've always done something around somebody, right? So a lot of people can't even go on to a restaurant on their own to just eat. They have to always tag along with someone, or have to. So a lot of people don't even know how to be just by themselves. Some people can't even stay just stay alone and just be enjoy their own company. And that's why they always, and I think that is what being single teaches you to do. It teaches you that, you know what, you have to learn to detach sometimes. You have to learn to explore and learn more about yourself and do things yourself. Some people, like, you do not have to have someone to live life. And I'm like, I know a lot of people have said, I can't go to that event because I don't know who to go with. But you should be able to just walk into an event by yourself, sit down beside some random people, and just start talking to them. That way, you see, you make new friends, have a good time, and then go home, So I think that's the scary part. It's just now I have to do things on my own. I don't even know how to, right?
It is terrifying. When I was single and just living that hardcore single life, the thought of just going out to a movie by myself, the thought of going to a restaurant by myself, I was always thinking, I was like, people are gonna be like, what's wrong with that guy? Why isn't he with friends? Why isn't he with his girlfriend? Why isn't he with people? Like, something's wrong with him. And that was just a story I was telling myself, because honestly, I learned that nobody cares. Like, nobody genuinely cared. And I was intentionally limiting myself because I'd be like, oh, there's this great movie I want to go see, but I have no one to go with. And so I would rather not see it than do it alone. And then I would start missing out on opportunities in life. I would start missing out on events in life. I'd start missing out on doing these cool, fun things because I was scared of being alone.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's also kind of sad because we kind of miss out a lot because we are just always looking for someone to do things with, and it's crazy. And I think for me, this is one of the ideas that I had with even creating Love Circle, right? Because I felt like I need to create a community where single people can just come and hang out. And you're hanging out with different people from all over the world. And because you can also find people within your community, city, and you guys can always plan things together and just go out and hang out. So you don't have to always tag a friend. You can just freely meet people, and that's, and that's the goal. And the thing is, you can live life. Life can be lovely and beautiful even while single. And the thing is, recognizing that, now you're single, and build and develop yourself in the process. Do the things that you've always wanted to do. Learn the new skills. Learn about a new restaurant. Go out there, travel, and you'll be amazed how beautiful life can be just by yourself sometimes.
Yeah, just embrace it. And I love that you say it's just like, go build your life. I always tell my clients, build a life that is worth living, that is worth living to you. And again, for many people just starting out, they don't know what they want. They don't know what hobbies they like. They don't know the things that they want to do. It's always that issue of, okay, but what do you just find interesting? And when I was getting out there, when I was exploring my life, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I didn't know my hobbies. I had no hobbies. I had no friends. I was quite a introverted guy living by himself. And I remember walking down in a hobby store one day and seeing a model spaceship. I was like, that'd be kind of interesting to build. Did I want to do it? I'm like, maybe, but it was just interesting. And I bought it. I started just learning how to paint it. I assembled it. Did it look good? No, it was awful. But through that, I learned, hey, I actually like painting. I like building models. I like making little spaceships. And it was something that I discovered about myself that I could then move forward with.
Well, that's really cool example, actually. Like, I've actually seen Adam's spaceship. We just got one and it's really cool. So I'm going to show you guys.
Right? It's a really cool spaceship, Evelyn.
Yeah, so it's just an example of how you just kind of discover the love for that, right? Like out of nowhere. And I think that's the thing about being single, because you get to buy back time. For example, if you're dating, you're spending time, you're sharing your time with somebody else, right? But now it is you with yourself. So you have the time. What do you want to do with the time? Do you want to scroll through TikTok and Instagram looking at people's feed? Or do you want to say, you know what? How can I actually make my life beautiful? Like, what do I need to make my life complete? What do I need to do? And, just like Adam, you can just discover something new about yourself that you'll be really proud of, like not a few more months or years. And I think that's the beauty of it, because the goal is singleness is an opportunity. It's not a sad thing. It's not bad, but it's an opportunity to use that to the best way, so that when someone now comes into your life, they are coming into a life that is beautiful and is full. So that that way you will learn to kind of enjoy the relationship, because you're not depending on that person to complete you or to make you happy.
It's building that life that's beautiful now. And then the person that comes into your life is just adding on to that beauty, as opposed to becoming that beauty, which is it's a dangerous slope when your life becomes that relationship. I remember working with a woman who her identity was built around the fact that she was always with a man. And there's nothing wrong with that until the problem comes in of they break up and they're no longer dating. And then who is she? Who is this woman standing before me? And she didn't have an answer for that. And being singles gives you that opportunity just to explore what you want. Who are you? Who is the person in front of me right now? And many people don't take that opportunity when they should.
Just like what you said, I've seen a lot of situations where people, get out of relationships and they become very miserable. They lose themselves even as a result. They become toxic. I've seen toxic people, like even after a relationship, they even go commit suicide, murder. They do mad, crazy things, and that's because they don't see themselves without the person, even though they know that relationship isn't good for them. And I think that's the scary thing about not knowing yourself outside of the relationship, like you mentioned, right? It's like you need to discover yourself. If you're someone that maybe you got into a relationship pretty early and you've always been in a relationship, it's going to be scary. So that's the thing. We want you to know you're not miserable. You're not crazy for feeling lonely or miserable or sad sometimes, or it's just a normal thing. And so we're just holding your hands if you're someone that you're actually there, but we want you to know that it's going to be better, it's going to be easier, and just taking advantage of the moment and making the best of it.
And I always tell my clients to embrace that scary side, to embrace the uncomfortability. And that's because when you're scared, when you're uncomfortable, that's where personal growth happens. Yeah. The reason why you're scared and uncomfortable is because you don't have the experience, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skills to navigate that situation. Like you're going out to eat by yourself. When I went out to go out to eat by myself, it was scary because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really have the skills to navigate it. I didn't have the experience, and it was terrifying. But by just doing it, I built up those skills, those expertise, that wisdom, and then it stopped becoming scary and it becomes mundane. But the thing is, you just have to do it. And there's so many examples in my own life. Like when I started playing sports for the first time, I was terrified. When I went to a singles event by myself, terrified. But then it starts becoming comfortable. And through that, it actually builds up your confidence and your sense of, hey, I can do this.
Yeah, I think if there's anything I could get from, but I was going to hold on to one thing that you said, is just being consistent too. Like you just have to keep doing it, right? To be comfortable. Like going to your first singles event, for example, would not be comfortable the first time, but then you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, and you start getting used to the environment, and you start fitting in, and you start really taking advantage of it, right? And you become less awkward. And so it's just like, the point is, just try. The first time is going to be very scary. The second time, less scary. And the third time, and before you know it, you become very comfortable and confident, because you be confident that way, and you become you start enjoying life more, right?
Yes. And it becomes such a beautiful life. And I always say to my clients, it's like, start small and big. When you're just going out, for example, you're going to go out to a dating event, just go out to the dating event. Give yourself permission to leave. Give yourself permission to walk away if you need to. This is your first event. Just go. Don't hold any attachments of like, I'm going to find my mate, I'm going to find my best friend, I'm going to have an amazing time. It's like, no, just go with the expectation of, I'm just going to explore this dating event. I'm just going to see what it's all about. And then maybe the next time or the third time you go to a dating event, it's, okay, I'm going to be here for a good conversation. I'm going to find one person that I have a good conversation with, no matter the gender. When I'm not looking for my mate, I'm not looking for my best friend, I'm just going to look for a good conversation and keep the stakes super small, because I always see individuals, they go out to these events or they go out to movies or they go out to eat by themselves and they make it up to be this huge thing. It's like, no, just keep it small, guys. Like, this is the first time you're doing it. Just start small. We can end big later.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really great point. And I think one thing, the tempting part is a lot of people don't know. I won't lie to you, like it can be tempting to want to go back to where you came from, and that could be from a relationship that you know that isn't good for you, but because you feel like it's better to just be in a relationship than to be alone. So I would say try try and be very intentional and trust yourself because there was a reason why you left that relationship in the first place. For you to be able to want to go back, it has to be because that situation is much better. You've both worked on yourself. But please don't let boredom or loneliness take you back to where you don't want to be.
It reminds me of learning about spiral dynamics. And spiral dynamics is like talking about human civilization and how we progress as a society. And they said very poignantly, as humans, we always look into the past first before we create something new. And I think about our relationships, and it's always, when we're looking for somebody, we always look into our past of the people we previously dated first before we'll start seeing, hey, what are possibilities? What is out there? What can I build? What is the next relationship going to look like? But it's always getting over that, hey, maybe we shouldn't look in the past right now.
Yeah, I think so. So sometimes it's good to look at the past to learn. You kind of ask yourself, I've been in social relationship. Why has it not really worked out? Is there any way? How have I contributed to the relationship not working out? And stop blaming yourself, because see, the thing is, some relationship could be your fault. Maybe it didn't work out because of you. Accept it, learn from it, and be better. That's it. Stop punishing yourself for something that maybe was not meant to be, but learning from it and moving forward and having that abundance mindset, not scarcity mindset, and moving forward and hoping that you deserve an amazing life and you deserve an amazing partner.
I love that you say acceptance, because that is something that comes with just being on your own and being single, is learning to accept. And it's learning to accept who you are, but also it gives you a lot of time to ruminate on your past relationships and things that happened in it. And through that rumination, through that thinking, you just learn to accept. Yes, you screwed up. Yes, they screwed up. But it is what it is. People hurt people, and you learn to accept it for what it is, and you learn to forgive. And through that forgiveness, through that acceptance, you let go of the past, which allows you to open up your future to something more beautiful, a future that you want, a dream that you want, as opposed to being held back by your past, held back by previous relationships. It's just, acceptance is the name of the game when you're single.
Yeah, I think also, if there's anything we want to live with you, is like, you know what? We understand. We are not, there's nothing wrong with you. It's boring, it can be, but then some good things are boring. So sometimes, going to the gym to exercise is boring. Learning that new skills can be boring, but it is fulfilling. So it's just like, we understand there's nothing wrong, but it's going to be better. It's going to be easy. So embrace it and enjoy it, and great things await you.
Exactly. And you're going to be shocked. I promise you, if you just spend a year single, just exploring who you are, you'll look back at the end of that year and be like, I am a different person. I am a better person. If you embrace it, as opposed to just jumping into the next relationship, jumping into the next thing. you'll look back and say, that was the best decision of my life.
Yeah, I want to say, you know what? We want to say thank you, guys. Thank you so much for always spending time with us, hanging out with us, and thank you for your support, for sharing. And please, as usual, if you're not part of decoding dating, you've not seen us before, you've not really seen our episode, please subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our new episode. Share, comment, and we can't wait to see you again. And Adam, do you have anything to say before we call it?
I think the biggest takeaway is just embrace being single and explore yourself. And through that process, you're going to create a beautiful life. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.